Well, so we are at Meher Motors in Delhi, and we are here to check out the all-new Aprilia RS 457. So let's get a quick ride on it, and then we'll tell you a number of things about it. Let's talk about the materials used and the quality and the rideability of this bike. I believe we should not wait for another moment, and let's get to it. So this is how the dash feels like. I can almost about flat foot on both sides. Let's turn on the ignition. The Aprilia comes on. Alright, that is nice. Let's just open the mirrors and adjust them to my liking in a bit. A tad bit of lag I see on the dash in the rev counter. Maybe it has something to do with your software, but I think it can be fixed. Now, first of all, I'm gonna ride this in this service lane, and I'll talk you through all the real world problems that I'm going to face right now. So firstly, I think I'll be facing traffic. Now, talking about the rideability in the city, because as you can see, I'm not riding it at a speed of more than 20 kilometers per hour. And let's take it over a few bumps. Okay, it ironed out the bump. It didn't really make it feel like anything. Slow speed maneuvering is an absolute peach. I mean, I can let go of the clutch and the bike will roll. There's loads of torque from the get-go. I mean, you do not need to use any throttle input. Such is the torquey nature of the engine, and I really like it. And I'm not even a single person sitting on the bike. I have the showroom guy sitting behind me as a pillion, and it's just fine. I mean, there are no issues at all. So the 3 power modes, they're only for the throttle maps. They're not for any limitation to the power of the engine. I mean, it only changes the delivery of the power and not the power itself. So it'll always be in its peak power supply, that is 47-ish PS. But the riding modes, the Eco, the Rain and Sport, they change how the bike responds. See a good speed bump, and it can do it. You can use this bike in the city all day long and you won't have any issues with the bike. This is really that good. Trust me. Trust me, guys. And the exhaust note, oh my god, it rumbles. The typical characteristic of the inline 2-cylinder, it rumbles. And one more thing, like, it's not just a single sound coming out of the exhaust, there are 2 sounds coming out of it. The first one is your rumble of the exhaust. The second one is your whine of the engine, the intake. It's a sweet whine that it makes, and it is purely beautiful. So Eco is very much relaxed. I can feel it. The revs do not rise in any urgency. They take their time. The bike is calm. Now let me switch it to the Rain. Changed immediately on the go. The throttle response changed, and it changes dramatically. It's not a subtle change, let me tell you guys. Now it's a good city riding bike. I believe the beginners should ride it in the Eco and the Rain mode, really, because it is that good. The horn, it's I'm gonna change it the day I get the bike, if I do. Without your support, how am I gonna get it? You guys got to give me the views and the shit, no? The flickability, the sheer flickability is damn awesome. I ride a fucking Pulsar NS. I think that is a light bike with a shorter, you know, steeper rake, and it's very agile. But this thing, it's even more agile, and such agility from a bike of this grandeur and stature, that is unforeseen, man. Not expected at all. Now I'm in the sport mode. Oh my god, with the flick of the throttle, only about 1 or 2 degrees of the throttle, I mean, I'll feather the throttle and the engine will show up. Such is the power delivery, such is the throttle map of the sports mode. You see Indian idiot drivers, but never mind. Such a good bike, man. I do not want to do top speeds on this because that is not what it's meant for. Obviously it can do that. It touches 200 kilometers. You won't believe that, but it does. But the best thing about it is its rideability, man. Its controls, its steering, the way it handles. It's a pure magical experience. Wow, what a bike. What a bike. I love it. I love it, man. Love it. Talking about the exhaust note. The exhaust is not such that it only sounds good when it's idling, or it only sounds good when it's in the mid-range, or that it's only sounding good when you're revving the hell out of it. Nope, you're wrong. It sounds good in the entirety of the rev range. That couldn't get better. I do not know what sort of engineering they've put in, but they have nailed it. Especially the Aprilia is definitely gonna kill the R3. It is an R3 killer. यहाँ से रास्ता है क्या? Let's see if I can. Oh man, maneuvering it in the traffic, it's nothing really. See, my hand is getting jammed. It's getting locked. So doesn't matter if okay, अब मौका लगा है तो let me tell you one more thing about this. I mean let me teach you something. This is the race bike grip. This, not this, because it jams your hand. This is the throttle bike. This is how you hold the throttle in the when you're riding a sport bike. Now let me give you a look at the controls. So this is how you'll change the Aprilia traction control, or whatever they call it. I mean, it's ATC, so it has to be that Aprilia traction control. There we see an idiot bullet rider riding on the wrong side. Never mind, my rants will never end. Let's take it down, boil it down to ATC 1, where it's dangerous. I love dangers. I love playing with dangerous things. This for sure is one hell of a dangerous thing. Oh yes. Talking about the heat, today there isn't much traffic in this part of Delhi, so I do not feel much heat coming from the engine. But now that we're stuck in traffic, I believe there will be some heat coming from the engine, and some of it radiating onto my feet. I believe it's yeah, now I can see some heat coming onto my legs. The bike is radiating some heat onto my legs, and it's okay. My right leg is getting roasted right now. It's literally getting roasted right now. Okay, But the rideability, it's amazing. You can flick it through traffic, you can maneuver it with your legs. It does not weigh anything, it does not feel anything. The ride is good. It's the suspensions were great. They are firm on the potholes. No, not on the potholes. They're spongy on the potholes a tad bit, as much as it won't make you feel any discomfort, and they're firm on the road, on the tarmac. So it's a very tightly put together bike. No rattles whatsoever. Let me see the rev range. No vibrations whatsoever. I don't know how they've made this thing, but there's a lot of magic that they've put into it. I'll now test the brakes. I'll do an emergency stop. Man, it's great. You see how maneuvering through the traffic, how easy it is. And I'm so damn sure that this bike is gonna do wonders around the corners as well. It's gonna do really great in the corners. It's a very sweet bike. Very sweet bike. And the exhaust note will make oh man, I loved it. I just loved the experience. The rev range, it redlines at 10,000, I guess 9,500 or 10,000 RPM, and that is all that you get. And that in itself is like way too much. Let me just park it and talk you through it. Alright. Okay, so here is the front profile of the bike. It says Aprilia. This is a beautiful color scheme, and on the front fender you see it asks you to be a racer. Definitely. The adjustability of the mirrors is very good. Even in the lower segment sports bike, you do not find this level of adjustability, where this got a ball joint here, and for adjusting it, bringing it closer to you, you get an adjustable thing here, whatever you call it. The finish on the switch gear, it's immaculate. It's very good. There's no rattle, no unfinished surface, nothing really making any sorts of unwanted sounds. And it's all hard plastic as far as all the bodywork that you see, but it's so tightly put together, so well done. The fits and the tolerances are just at par with any other European manufacturer, and so that is. Well, this is our RS 457. It's got a good grab rail. This thing is a metal piece, I believe. Here is the rear profile of the bike. What a beauty. This thing is a looker. Okay, just so you do not get confused, this swing arm, it looks like an aluminum swing arm, aluminum lightweight swing arm, but they have designed it in such a way, it's a metal, it's a steel swing arm. It's not a aluminum swing arm. And man, what a bike, what a beautiful engine. That is the charm of this bike, in the engine. The sitting position I did not talk about that much, but it is a little obviously it is pretty much what do you call it, committed. So it is a committed riding style, and it definitely is good. You see an underbelly exhaust right there. It's a beautiful bike. I would definitely love to have this bike if I'm taking it out on track. If not even also on track, then if you think of touring on this bike, the most it can do comfortably is 100 kilometers per day, per ride, and that is pretty much it. You cannot take it more than 100 kilometers before your back starts hurting, even if you're a very fit guy, you hit the gym regularly. So talking about the tires, it gives you immaculate grip. This is the TVS Euro grip tire. Do not mistake it for the name TVS. The quality of the tire is just at par with any other European manufacturer, and it's really good. This bike is a great bike if you think about confidence inspiring things. So that is pretty much it from my side. This day has been amazing. I love the bike.